What's up guys, NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. First of all, I apologise if I'm a bit dark in the picture. The lighting in this room about this time of day, because of how bright it is outside and how dark it is in here, just gets a bit weird. So if you can't see my face, see how it goes. Like, let me try the. No, that didn't work. Let me go advanced settings. Let me try and make it whiter. Hold on. Well, that's even worse. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, it's the camera is the camera. That doesn't make any difference. Listen, don't watch. My camera's so small anyway in the screen, it doesn't make any difference. Now, you're probably looking at the screen thinking, what the actual fuck have you done, NepentheZ? Well, what I've done is what I think is good. If you saw the video on my main channel yesterday about the chemistry, it could have massive ramifications on this road to glory and on your guys' accounts, because it could make all those randy scrublord players from those weird crazy leagues incredibly relevant. If you missed that video, I urge you to go check it out, but ultimately the bottom line is, the theory right now is that no matter where you play them, who they are or how you have them, all non-day one cards have 4 chemistry. So it doesn't matter if I put Zagoev at centre back, he will have 4. It says 1 chem, it's actually 4 chem. It's crazy to think that. And if that's the case, if that's really true, that means all those times that we were playing that full La Liga team of the season team and putting them all on 10 chem, in actuality, they had 4 chem, which would go a long way to explaining A, why people feel handicap might exist, it might just be a chem glitch, and B, why certain informs and upgraded players don't feel better than the original cards, but in the case of something like 99 Ronaldo, it does feel better, because so 94 Ronaldo is so marginally better than 93 Ronaldo that with the chem glitch, his stats would actually be inferior to the 93 Ronaldo. However, the 99 Ronaldo is so superior to the 93 Ronaldo, even with a chem glitch, it would be lower. I went and built a really terrible team on my main account, and I won with it convincingly. So I thought to myself, let me just go buy a couple of cheap players. We've got 4 of the untradables that we won in here: Sane, Castro, Sansone, and Gonalons. I went back and bought the Hutchinson again, probably going to lose coins on him because his card is phenomenal. I went and bought Zagoev because his card is phenomenal as well. We went and bought Sushi for 12,500 coins. Now, if this is true, guys, and chem doesn't matter, like truly doesn't matter for team of the seasons and stuff, players like Sushi, he's just going to become super relevant. We've still got Van Dijk. I went and bought Buffarini for 28k. Went and bought Denisov for 19k. And I went and bought Enyema for 16k. And this isn't like a team that I would use, but if this team plays well in the game we're about to go in for, it changes everything. It means I can go and find blue cards from obscure leagues and obscure nations that are relatively cheap but are crazy good, and just throw them in the team. And it doesn't matter, because even if it says 10 chem, it means 4 chem. And this is true because you're probably saying, yeah, but it says 3 chem, so why wouldn't it be 3 chem? But with Zagoev here, it says 66 fitness. But when you get into the game, we know that it's 99 fitness. So even though it says 2 chem here, it's probably going to be on 4 chem. And that's not, like, you don't even need, like, the right players in the right positions. Like, this Gonalons has medium high, he's 6'2", he's got 72 pace, good defending physical stats. He's actually probably got better defensive stats than some of these defenders. He's got better defensive and a little less physical there, better defensive and a little less physical than Van Dijk. And if I put him there and, let's say, played Modric here, this Gonalons card would make for a sensational centre-back, because he would get 4 chem. It doesn't make a difference. We're not going to do that this time around, and this could blow up on my face, guys. I could end up going into a game right now and getting absolutely smashed. And the thing is, it's so hard to quantify due to the fact that I could actually get smashed because the player is just far better than me, or because I had a bad game. I could get smashed because I'm just bad at FIFA. You know, there's so many, like, what if this, what if that. There's so many variables that go into this that one game isn't going to prove whether it's right or wrong. One game isn't going to decide, okay, this is in the game, or okay, this isn't in the game. Because I could win the game and it could just be a really, really bad opponent, or a really lucky game, or something else that just causes this to happen. But if it seems to be the case that, in fact, I want to play someone on 1 chemistry. Like, let's put Hesse up here. Okay, he actually gets more chemistry because obviously the link. Let's put Hesse there. Let's put Sane up there. Sane there. So Sane is on 1 chemistry there, guys. 1 chem. And I want you to see, theoretically, he should get huge pace reduce, huge technical reduce. Like, you know, he should be playing like a tramp on 1 chemistry. He should be playing like a bronze player, silver at best. Hesse, actually Hesse, because he's a regular card, will experience the chem drop. So I want to put Castro in there. It's the same as the fitness glitch. Day 1 cards not affected. Same as the chemistry. Day 1 cards apparently not affected. And this goes to suggest, and those of you that have watched the main video would have heard this already, but I'm going to reiterate the point. Huge Gorilla, best FIFA player in the world, best Ultimate Team player in the world, possibly the best Ultimate Team player ever to have, you know, played Ultimate Team and gone into tournaments and stuff, because you never know, there could be someone out there better than him, right? These guys have a guest as well. This is going to be an even bigger test. Huge Gorilla swears that the 83 Griezmann is better than the 84 Griezmann. What logical reason is there? Now, this guy's got a 100 chem team, like it matters. Like, so in this instance, his Ben Yedder, his Lacazette, his Ben Arfa, his Matuidi, his Diarra, all play on 4 chem, no matter what. Doesn't matter that it says 10 chem, doesn't matter anything's there, they play on 4 chem. Now, I'm against a good team with 2 players. That could be, you know, that could have an effect on how this team plays. But ultimately, what you should be seeing from my team here is really, really bad play, really bad touches, bad passes, bad shots, potentially missing very easy opportunities when we pick up the ball. You know, and there's Sane straight away, and this is a guy on 1 chemistry, guys. He's on 1 chemistry. Does he feel like he's on 1 chemistry? Absolutely not. He feels like he's on 10 chem. Because what I thought was 10 chem is actually 4 chem. And there's Sansone, and it's 1-0 straight away. Because what we thought was 10 chem for Sane was actually 4 chem, if he's still actually on 4 chem, he's going to feel like he's actually on 10 chem. Sansone there in the right position at the right time. That's not the sort of thing you expect off of a low chem person. Again, like due to like something like the corner there, I could just be playing against really, really bad opponents. That, you know, that's not out of the question. It's a huge possibility. But ultimately, oh man, it's gone wide. It's actually been saved. Ultimately, you just don't know. And like when I played with my main account, and I played with Leyoun 1 chem up front, I thought to myself, like, because he missed an easy chance, and I thought to myself, did he miss that chance because he's on low chem, or would he have missed that chance even if he was on maximum chemistry? Because to assume that you miss chances because they're on low chem is to then suggest that no matter what, a player on 10 chem will always put the ball in the back of the net, and that's just not the case. There's been times where I've gone clean through with 99 Ronaldo on full chem and he still missed an easy chance, you know? So there's nothing to suggest that, like, the problem is there's nothing from EA to suggest what's right and what's wrong. It's just about how you feel and how the game acts and how it reacts with how you feel. And right now in this game, I can say with my hand on my heart, this team does not feel like it's on low chemistry. Look at that, like Sansone there, he's already scored, he's outpacing the defence that my opponent here has got. My players, they're running into decent positions. The passing is really, really clean. Like, the passing is very good, apart from that pass there, but that was just a bad pass into a midfielder. You know, I'm playing against someone at the end of the day. This team is just, it doesn't feel bad at all. It doesn't. I'm already 1-0 up after 15 minutes. I'm dominating the proceedings. I've had a couple of chances. Potentially could have scored with Ruben Castro. You know, like, the amount of goals I have scored with Castro and where I've scored them from, that near post shot that I had, I would have thought that it would have gone in. Here's Sane, who tried the finesse shot from the top of the box. But like I say, guys, if this is true, if this proves to be correct, if I'm right, or if, you know, not necessarily I'm right, because I didn't like create this, I didn't figure this out. Somebody tweeted it to me, so I put it out on Reddit, and it turned out there was already a thread about it on the EA forums, and now there's a thread on Reddit also talking about it. But if this is right, if I'm right in what I'm telling you, this is massive for how people can and will build teams. Because although it doesn't matter for the gold cards, there's so many upgraded cards that people use, whether it be the Griezmann, whether it be the Godin. All of a sudden, it's like, what's the point of having that guy there? You know, why have him? All of a sudden, if you've got a full La Liga team, but you really hate Felipe Luis, and you'd much prefer Team of the Season Leyoun or Team of the Season Maxwell, or maybe you packed a Team of the Season player and you'd really love to have used him, but you never have because he just doesn't fit into any of your teams. If this is true now, it doesn't matter if you put him into the team because he's going to get the same chemistry as the person that you've got there, regardless of what it says. And for me, that is huge. It opens up squad building to a whole new level. And the one thing that it also does, which makes so much sense to me, is it explains why full gold teams that aren't upgraded outplay and outperform so many teams. In FIFA 14, one of my favorite teams was a full gold team. In FIFA 15, one of my favorite teams was a full gold team. It also goes a long, long way to suggesting why legends are so overpowered. And that's simply because, let's give this a pop with Zagawev here. Oh, it's gone way wide. That's simply because legends that aren't affected by this because they're day one legends, they're day one cards. So when a legend gets 10 chem, he actually gets a boost. So when Hullet or Vieira or someone of that kind, that ilk, gets a chem boost, they actually get a chem boost. But when someone like Team of the Season Nainggolan gets a chem boost, he doesn't actually get a chem boost, which is why you could probably argue the fact that, oh hey, this Ruud Hullet destroys this Nainggolan card. Why would I ever use Nainggolan when Hullet's so OP? Maybe he's only so OP because he's a day one card. And that is food for thought. It really just, it intrigues me so much, and there's not enough discussion about this sort of thing. And one thing that does quite frustrate me a little bit is that EA is so, they're just so negative around letting people know this sort of information, you know. And look at that, like easy. It's just easy. Running behind with Castro, passed it into Sane across to Sansone. Beautiful worked ball. All these three players are on low chem. They're really poor. Sansone now with 2 goals to his name, and this game has been easy. And probably when my opponents saw this team, they thought to themselves, well done us. We've got an easy win. All right, he's got some Team of the Season players. They're all low rated, but he's got some, and that's going to make it easy for us. And it makes me think, like, when I play players out of position and I say, wow, he's actually incredible out of position, is it simply because there is no difference in his chem? When I play Gareth Bale at right, that's Penrith. When I play Gareth Bale at right back, when I play Gareth Bale at CDM, when I played Cristiano Ronaldo at centre midfield, are we getting all of these players playing so good out of position because it just doesn't matter? So, for example, if you have like a fullback that has really good attacking stats, for example, that Mycon card, he gets 4 chem no matter what. Just like, let's assume he does, because we don't know if this is true or not. We don't know how this works right now, but let's assume he gets 4 chem no matter what. If we put him at left forward, he still gets 4 chem, so it doesn't make any difference. And it's like, if you've got like a defender that's really cheap but has really good go on Hutchinson, that's a bad miss, but has really good offensive stats, play him up front. When I did a draft with AA the other day, we put Kyle Walker up front, and he was phenomenal. He scored some really nice goals, but just in general, he was utterly sensational in that kind of attacking position. And it makes me now think, was he that good? Just because in FIFA, physicality is primary. You know, like having pace, having strength, having kind of like a big frame, that trumps most things in this game, because bronze players can score goals, bronze players can make passes, silver players can score goals and make passes. So if they're getting like a negative effect from these chem issues here, it's not physical, you know. And if it's not physical, what difference does it make? And that's a good ball across. It's a good out from Tremoulinas. It's going to go for a corner. And you saw the match stats there, guys. Again, like it's so hard to say after one game whether or not this is effective, because it's one game. There's so many different things that could be going on in this game. I could be playing against someone who's got one hand. I could be playing against someone who's playing FIFA for the first time. Right now I am playing against someone with a guest. That guest could be his nan that just wanted to get involved in a kid's life, and she could be awful at FIFA and never have played it before. There are unbelievable amounts of variables. So the only way to really figure this out is to test it consistently over a long period of time, you know. But from feel, and I've played, you know, I've played thousands of games of FIFA this year. From feel alone, this team is not being detrimented negatively due to chemistry, and that's shown by the fact that he has one chemistry and he still manages to score that on one chem. I have a feeling if I had Hesse up front on one chem, he would have tripped over trying to control that ball. Day one players are not effective, however informs and such are effective on no chem, and this changes everything, possibly positively, possibly negatively. The reason why it could be negatively seen is because let's say you have striker Ronaldo, the 93 striker Ronaldo that you paid for. You paid a million coins for him because you wanted that 10 chem on that Ronaldo. So you go and get yourself striker Ronaldo, and he's got 10 chemistry. You've paid, you know, a million coins instead of the 400,000 that you would have paid for if you got the left wing Ronaldo. If this is true, it's now evident that that striker Ronaldo will be based on 4 chem, and that left wing Ronaldo will get 7 chem because he's not affected by the way this chemistry stuff works. Which means, in theory, you're actually hurting your team by getting the right player, which is something that EA would have to address and have to fix. The fact that the new game, the fact that FIFA 17 is on a new engine, could fix this. Like, you know, it could be an issue where they know it's been there, they just haven't really addressed it because they don't want that to be public. And it's like, yeah, when the new engine comes, we'll put the new engine out. This will all be fixed, and nobody is any the wiser. But for at least the remainder of FIFA 16, this fitness glitch and this potential chemistry glitch could have massive ramifications on the players that we play with, the players that we enjoy, the players that we just leave sitting in our club, not touching them, not using them because we're like, oh, I'd love to use Hector Bellerin at right back. The only thing is, I'm playing with a French team, but I pack that Hector Bellerin. You know what I mean? Like there's just so much that you can do with this information to use it to your advantage, to go and get those cheap gods upgraded, position changed, informs, team of the seasons, and go and get them and play them off chem, knowing that they're off chem and knowing that it doesn't make a difference. You know, I've got 34 chemistry on this team. These guys have barely been out of their half. There isn't a 34 chem team in the game that should be able to do this. I don't care if it's legends, if it's informs. Is it actually going to score here? Oh, it's offside. I don't care what it is. There is a team as good as these guys' team with 100 chem and some sensational players. I shouldn't be able to compete. Even if I'm a far, far better player, I should not be able to compete with these guys. It just shouldn't be a thing. We're going to get Sansone in here. Look at that for a finish. It's a finish of a 10 chem player. He's 83 rated. He's on 2 chemistry, I believe, and he's scored a hat-trick. It's mind-boggling. It's truly mind-boggling that he could just finesse that in like there's nothing to it. It's such a calm, cool finish. Sansone with a hat-trick off chem. Remember all those times I said to you guys in drafts and stuff on the main channel, chemistry doesn't matter? Man, this could be huge. Not for the fact that I'm sitting there thinking, oh, I'm right, haha, you guys are wrong. Just for the simple fact that if this is true, it just changes absolutely everything. That's actually a big save from the keeper. That's one of those things where it's like, okay, was that save because I've got weak chemistry? Or was that save because it was just a bad shot that the keeper would have saved anyway, no matter who it was, no matter what chemistry they were on? And there's so many questions to be answered. So what I propose to you guys, especially those of you that have a lot of coins and that don't care about your record and that are happy to do this, go build a team. Team of the Seasons informs basically no day one cards. Go build a team. Go play with that team. Go figure out if this is true or if we're just being stupid. And here's Sansone again. All right, there's a bicycle kick over the bar. Go build a team. Go show me your 1 chem, 10 chem, 20 chem teams. some of you already have teams where you've got that one player that's just on like 4 or 5 chem that just plays out of his skin for you and you don't know why. Show me these teams. I want to see what you guys are doing, what you guys have got, and how it's affecting what we're doing, because this is big news. This is like truly big news. And I know I spent like a whole episode playing one game doing this, but I was worried in this game that I was going to end up getting like my face smashed in and just basically causing a little bit of not drama per se, but definitely just causing confusion. But as you can see by the way this team has played, they're not slower. These players I'm using aren't slower. Their shooting isn't any worse. Their passing is by far and away as good as you would ever expect it. What more, you know, what more proof do you need in a sense? Like, obviously, like I say, this is one game. It's not necessarily the defining factor. And yes, I've missed a few easy shots and a few easy passes, but can you tell me honestly that when you've played with that 100 chem, 90 rated draft, that you haven't misplaced a few passes, had a few shots saved that shouldn't have been saved? Of course you have. That's just part and parcel of the game. So this little test here, this experiment, this team, for me, is super interesting. This is Sané on 1 chem against Perrine on, I can't remember how much chem. Oh, that's a bad pass. I should have gone near post there, but I wanted to get the assist there. He's on 1 chem, guys, and he's just destroying that defender like he's on 10 chem. Can we get a 5th? I think that's another corner. That's gone out for a goal kick off of Hutchinson's head. But there's a lot to think about, a lot to discuss, a lot to be seen, and a lot of new teams, in my opinion, to be made if this is true. Because if you haven't got a full team of the season team, or a full inform team, or a full upgrade team, a lot of this won't apply to you, because the regular day one cards that aren't affected by the fitness glitch, it's going to be important for them to still get the chemistry boost. But for those of you that have these players and have these teams, this is big news. This is important. Like Sansone there with a hat-trick, Sané with 1 goal, Zagoev, Denisov, Buffarini, and Sané with the assists. And in general, an absolute destruction of my opponent. He had 2 shots, or they had 2 shots. 45% possession. No, like my passing is great, my possession is great, my shot accuracy is good. I scored goals, I got in 13 tackles. This is groundbreaking. This could potentially be huge for the remainder of FIFA and for future FIFAs, guys. This is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like, rate, and comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.